Hey folks, this is Studio, and this is a test video for a relatively daily type of recording where I would look at replays from various skill levels and analyze them about a broad subject. Today's subject, for example, is the AD Euro support lane. On the subject of who I am and why I should be listened to, I am Studio, a 2000 ELO support player. I've been playing this game for about 2.5 years. I've been in tourneys, I've been in some Go for Lulz. I've watched the streams. I've just been around. I know my shit when it comes to this game because I've spent way too much time talking about it. Anyhow, if you like this video, just give me a shout out on Reddit or YouTube. Wherever it's posted, I'd love to hear feedback. Anyhow, to dive into today's subject. So, the Euro meta is what we do right now. That is what makes it important. A lot of people don't like it, but it is consistent and it is safe. That is why it is so popular. You don't need a lot of coordination, but the idea is you have the carry, who will just kind of sit in lane, CS as much as possible, and gain as much gold as he can. The support, who will do more supporty things, of course. He'll focus on harassing and controlling the lane. The reason it works is because when you enter mid game and late game with a farmed up carry, you just have this really solid base for a lot of damage because carries scale incredibly well in League of Legends. Crit is one of the best stats in the game. It just magnifies your damage by leaps and bounds. The time you see carries really pick up in damage is when they get their Phantom Dancer as well as a major item. Anyhow, so to look at the goals of the Euro meta, you want to CS, harass, sustain, ward, kill the enemy when possible, and gain map control. Now CSing is simple, it's just killing creeps. You want to have your carry get all the CS they can. The support should have 0 CS if everything goes perfectly. And the reason is because CSing is safe. Every 30 seconds you have that wave of gold coming towards you. 120-ish gold, 150-ish, depending on the cannon. So you have this consistent gold, you have to take advantage of it. If you don't, well, they can easily pull ahead. Harassing, the idea is you want to keep the enemy from getting their CS. Harassing can vary quite a bit. Someone like Soraka at level 9 is hard to harass against, but a low level Soraka, a Leona, whenever it's safe to harass, you want to get some damage on, especially if it'll stick. Sustain, that is the idea of just keeping your HP up. Carries can do this through Lifesteal, 3 Doran's Rings and a Vamp Scepter, or Doran's Blades and a Vamp Scepter, very common. On supports, either they will have a heal themselves, or they will buy a Philistone. Supports don't really have as much to sustain through items. Warding, the idea is you will go through the map and place down defensive wards and just kind of keep vision where you want it. Offensive when necessary, that's more of a map control type thing. Killing, when you have the opportunity, you get a kill. They're risky, that's why kill lanes aren't that good, because if you don't get those kills and you depend on them, there's a good chance you'll fall behind. But when you can get a kill as a Euro meta, go for it. Most Euro meta lanes nowadays, like any lane with Corki, Sivir, and Graves, can easily pick up a kill because they just deal so much burst damage. Map control, the idea is you go across the map and just kind of put wards down where you need it. You help your jungler when he needs it. The support can roam a bit when necessary, and you're there for dragon fights. The idea is you want the game under control, not just the bot lane. The bot lane can win games, but you need everything in your control. Anyhow, let's jump into the replay. It is a 2000 ELO solo queue game. Features me on Taric, riding on Sivir, going up against a Kog'Maw Soraka lane. This was pre-nerf Sivir, so that's something important to remember. And it's got some big names in it. Dan Din on Malphite, Chu8 on Lux. So let's jump into the game. And we have a jungle Malphite on our... okay. So on our team we have a jungle Malphite. On their team we have a jungle Jarvan. For the bot lane we shouldn't expect ganks until at least 6 from Malphite. And Jarvan can gank as early as 2 and will want to gank early actually, because Sivir has Spell Shield. And if our lane gets out of control, it'll be impossible for him to gank later. So I'm going to ward defense, I'm going to ward our Tribush in case he ganks. and in case they stop us at golems, also for counter jungling. So that's why that word is there. At this point we're going to do golems, because it provides a significant advantage. Our team is doing blue. They're kind of bad at invading, because if we do defend, we'll win. At this point, this bush here, or that word there, is to be offensive, in case I catch Soraka there. If she tries to trade, I will win that trade because I will get a stun, and Sivir will kill Soraka. So here we catch Jarvan, and to keep map control, we're going to try and defend our jungle. Now this is actually a dumb idea, only I should have gone, because Jarvan has a big flag and pole that lets him get out of situations like that. So, oops, my bad. So here, Soraka makes a terrible mistake of being near me. This is why Taric Sivir is a good kill lane. It's a little less effective now. So we got that early kill, and now we really want to pressure Kog'Maw. But it's tricky because of cleanse, but we blow it, so hooray. However, Kog'Maw still has really good auto attack damage. He's got the best auto attack damage of the game, essentially, for the bot lane. So we're going to be careful because I don't have a lot of mana. Sivir's kind of low, and they still have all their summoners up except that cleanse. Soraka shows up, and now we really can't do all that much. So at this point, though, we can still safely farm, which is good. I should be establishing some map control with wards. That will make it super safe, because Jarvan's going to have trouble ganking at this point because of Spell Shield and our experience advantage. We also go for some more pressure, but Soraka's just kind of at the point where it's a bit of a hassle, and I really just don't have the mana. Once we go up back and buy, though, we'll be safe. So here, I just ward for defense. I don't want Jarvan ganking from anywhere. The only place he can gank from would be behind us or from their lane. And those are not really great ganking spots. The behind us would be an impressive gank, actually, because he'd have to go all the way down to golems to catch us. And lane gank is not that great because he doesn't have a good gap closer, so we'll see him most likely. So what we did is we pushed up, and now we're going to go back to base. The reason we do this is it lets us buy items and get stronger without really giving up any CS, because at the tower they have to push forward. So here I bought 2 vision wards, once again, to get some map control. I saw them ward here on the minimap, and they pinged it. And they killed my ward with a pink ward, so I'll kill their ward with a pink ward, balance it out. However, teleport. This was really cool on Chu's part. I probably should have killed the ward, because he doesn't have Ignite, and probably would not have killed me. But still, it's scary as hell. They fucking teleported on a ward, holy shit. I did not react properly, but that's a scary situation. I now know what to do, which is don't run from Lux. So here we actually can be aggressive, but we lose out on too much CS. I mean, that's a lot of experience, and that's a lot of gold. That's not a kill's worth of gold, but it's close to it, and it's much more guaranteed. So we're just going to try and keep Kog'Maw from getting CS, and just get our own CS during this time. Going for a kill would be just kind of too big a risk, but we get those 2 kills, we can be risky now. And I was sitting silly. When someone has cleanse, don't ignite and exhaust them before they use it. However, we saw them get those 2 kills mid. We knew we could be aggressive, and I also knew his cleanse was up. That was bad on my part. I timed it, and I still won in at that point. So here we're actually kind of in a risky spot. We don't have vision on Dragon, but we got those 3 kills, so we should be safe. A lot of map control in this game is just knowing how long it takes for people to get places. If it takes a long time, then you're safer for a longer time. It's weird to say, but when you have a good feel for how long it will take for Lux to get from mid to a good spot to ult us, that's an extra just period of safety. Now, bad things are about to happen in a second, which is Victor's about to get super ganked with the Jarvan poke to finish. And then Dandin's gonna get super juked. Ooh. It was a good juke on his part. So now they have 4 people up near Dragon. What are they gonna do? We can't actually say for sure because we don't have a ward there because he counter warded. Well, kind of. But we see Lux going mid. it's time for us to try and contest Dragon. The Jarvan was low, the Lux is low, so if they fight, we can kill them. They do have Soraka, but she's not 6 yet, so no ult. And more importantly, we can blow up Soraka. So when we see Lux go back like that, we know they did Dragon already, especially with Kog'Maw not attacking Dragon. So we just get that quick kill on Soraka. Can't really get anything else out of it, but we got something. We contested. It was important for us to not let them just get everything they could out of it. We clawed them back a bit. So now at this point though, we're actually super strong bot, even with that Dragon kill. Sivir's got a significant CS lead on Kog'Maw just because of how well we control the lane. And Soraka is really far behind. I think she has her ult at this point, but that's not a lot. Now here we go for a sweet Kog attack. If I'd been more aggressive, we could have maybe gotten the kill. Sivir probably wouldn't have used heal on herself though, so I might have died. But Kog'Maw is so low that we cannot, or he cannot be in the area. That is a good harass when, even with Soraka, they gotta run. Doing just that massive harass and possible kill let us, take a tower. At this point, laning's ended. We're gonna enter the mid game. We decide to enter the mid game on our terms because we killed that tower and we're just gonna push mid. And the question I have is, are we successful? At the end of every game, you want to say, did we do what we were supposed to do? Yes, because that just happened. So let's go look at some final thoughts. So about my hair, it's late at night and this headset doesn't really work well with my hair, so what are you going to do about it? But the question I have is, did we succeed at being the Euro lane? Did we accomplish the goals? Yeah, we went into mid game super strong. We took down 2 towers the second we went mid and left the lane. Did we accomplish those smaller goals I talked about? We warded safely. I had good vision of the map. I did lose vision on Dragon. That was a loss on my part. I probably should have killed the ward instead of letting Chue boss me around. He didn't have ignite because he had teleport, so that would have been a possibility, but it's a weird situation to be in. I've never seen it before. Did we kill when it was possible? Yeah, we got Soraka a couple times. I blew too much on Kog'Maw. That was my bad. But we got the kills that we could, and we didn't lose anything for it. Did we CS effectively? I did. Well, actually, I got a bunch of CS chasing Kog. But yeah, Sivir blew Kog out of the water in that game because with Soraka so far behind, she could not sustain him too well, and he could not get too close to the creeps without me going, I'm Taric, and just scaring him off. And did we establish map control? Kinda. We lost Dragon. There was not much we could do to keep it. Getting that Soraka kill was pretty important for us, though. We kept Jarvan from invading and slowed down his jungle tremendously. We did lose some CS doing that, but it was okay in the end. So this was just a prime example of the Euro lane going well. I would love to go into different examples. If you like this video, give me a shout out and just tell me to keep it up and I'll keep releasing them. The content will be longer. This was just kind of a short video to give you kind of a splash of studio, if you will. That didn't sound right at all. Anyhow, so if you like this, just tell me and you'll see some more of it. And this studio, signing out. Adios, Internet.